I'm Shanice Ward, and you're listening to SHANIS SPEAKS. Hey, y'all, and welcome back to another episode of SHANIS Speaks. I am Shanice Ward, and this is episode 2. Today's topic is college. The pressure that is put on you when you're a high school student, whether or not college is right for you, how to pay for college, some advice, struggles of college students that are currently in college and that have already graduated, and basically career and college related advice and stuff like that. So that's what we're going to be talking about today, and if you're interested, stay tuned. But I wanted to start this conversation off with spoiling that most of the people that I asked what would keep them from continuing their college career, they all said the same thing: money. College costs way too much. And it's kind of crazy because it's something that in the media is, expected of people to complete. So you wouldn't think that something that everyone goes through, or not everyone, but something that a lot of people go through would be so hard to get through. College has this way of basically stealing money from us that we don't even have, and then forcing us to get a job that will help us get enough money so that we can pay back that money that was, that we owe. But it's kind of crazy because you don't even graduate before you get into debt. You already are in debt. A lot of people are in debt their first semester of college. So that's something that stops them. And that was kind of the main point of this episode, because many people prioritize money, and I don't see money as, a top priority thing, but I do think it's a necessity because, you need money to do certain things in life. Like, obviously, we can't really survive without paying for food or shelter and stuff like that. Yeah, you can grow your own food, but that costs money and time. Not necessarily a lot of money, but to keep that up, you would spend some money, whether that's to get fertilizer. I mean, yeah, you could have your own, cattle and stuff, and you use the manure and all of that, make your own fertilizer and compost and things, but at the end of the day, money is going to be spent. So you can't really live a life without money. And I was watching this YouTube video one time, and his name is Anthony Quintal, also known as Lohanthony, and he mentioned in his video, he said, money is the key to living, but not to life. And that stood out to me because a lot of people have it mixed up. Like, money is the key to life. Like, if you don't have money, it's like no reason for you to live. And I don't think that's necessarily true, because we're all on different levels financially, and people, not everyone has a degree, but some people are viewed as more successful. But then that brings up the question, like, what is success, and what makes you feel like you made it in life? And a lot of people think that if they have a lot of money, then they're successful. But what is a lot of money? Because you can have you can be earning $1 million a year, 100,000 a year. It's different for everybody, but pretty much I feel like everyone's goal is to be in a stable position, because yeah, you could, live a life off paycheck to paycheck, but you kind of want to be comfortable to a way where if you buy a few extra things, you don't have to worry about, not being able to pay a bill or not being able to buy dinner, something like that. But yeah, college college students really struggle with money because even though a lot of people have like, even though once you're here, you kind of already have your housing paid for, or, sort of paid for, or your meal plan or whatever, some stuff isn't sufficient enough. You want to buy a new clothes, or if you run out of, detergent or soap, you have to buy more. And a lot of people can no longer rely on their parents because going to college was that moving out and becoming an adult. So now they have to find a way to support themselves. So I interviewed a few people and asked them some questions. Not everyone had the same questions, but I'm going to play back all of the responses that I got. They're not going to be in order, but I'm going to start with the first thing I asked everybody, which was to introduce themselves with their name, the place of origin, which is like where they come from, or where they're born, or where they grew up, whatever. The school that they go to or that they graduated from, the year that they're in, if they didn't graduate yet, and then their major or what their degree was in. So I'm just gonna play back all the interviews, and we'll go from there.
Okay.
Okay, guys, so I have my first guest with me today. So introduce yourself by saying your name, place of origin, school, and major.
My name.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, my name is Anaya. I'm from Riverside, California. I go to the University of Nebraska-Lincoln, and I'm studying pre-nursing.
My name is Makaylee Isidore. I'm from Colorado. I go to University of Nebraska. I'm a freshman. My major is elementary education.
My name is Gianna Sullivan. I'm from Chicago. I go to Michigan State. I'm a sociology major, soon to be pre-med.
Okay, hello, my name is Cristiano. My place of origin is Chicago, Illinois. My school, I go to Northern Illinois University. I will be graduating in 2023. My major is nursing, but I'm changing it to business, and I'm a minor in music.
My name is Cameron Ward. I am from Chicago, Illinois, and I attend Full-Time University. I'm currently a senior enrolled in Media Communications bachelor's degree program.
And so Rachel, Chicago, Illinois, and the Illinois Institute of Art, and I got my bachelor's in finance.
My name's Rosie. I'm from Michigan. I'll graduate in 23, and my major is biochemistry.
Hello, beautiful people. I'm Marcus Schaefer. I'm born and raised in Chicago. I go to Harry S. Truman City College. I'm a freshman, and my major is psychology.
Okay, so my name is Bailey Goodrich. I am from North Carolina, and I'm a senior here at Nebraska, a senior nutrition, exercise, and health science major here in Nebraska.
Great. So I'm Jordana Daly. I'm from Salina, Kansas.
School and major.
Like the University of Nebraska.
Mm-hmm.
And then my major is biochemistry.
Okay. So hello, my name is Ayana Uchino Woodfolk. I'm from Chicago, Illinois. I am currently attending Spelman College, and I am a freshman.
Hi, my name is D'Angelo. I'm from Chicago. I'm a freshman at Harry S. Truman Community College, and I go to school for cosmetology.
Hi everyone, my name's Kiara. I'm from Chicago, Illinois. I'm a freshman at Xavier University of Louisiana, and I'm a biology pre-med major.
My name is Tanisha Eversley. I am from Chicago, and I went to Northwestern College. And I have associates in criminal justice.
All right, my name is India Randall. I'm currently a senior at Sarah E. Good STEM Academy.
And where are you from?
I'm from Chicago, Illinois.
Okay, my name is LaKenya Dalcourt. Place of origin, Chicago, I guess. I got my undergrad degree from Southern Illinois University in Carbondale. That's UC. And then I got my master's degree from the Chicago School of Professional Psychology, and both of my degrees are in counseling psychology.
So the next question that I asked everyone is, did you feel like you had to go to college? Because a lot of people don't go to college because, they really want to have that experience. They go because, they think that's just what you're supposed to do. That's the next step. Or their parents might force them, or they don't know anything else to do. So I asked everyone, how did they feel, and whether or not they, felt like it was their decision to go to college.
I did feel like I had to go to college. My mom said that everybody has to get out of her house when you turn 18, and you go to the military or you go to college. But I also really like learning, so it's not really a punishment or anything. And I want to be a doctor.
No, because it was a personal choice of mine that I wanted to do. I wanted the experience.
I feel like I have to go to college because I'm majoring in biomedical engineering. I'm actually doing a dual degree engineering program in mathematics and biomedical engineering. And in order to be good in that profession, I need to be taught by people that already have the degree in order to get my degree so I can be in my field.
I didn't feel like I had to go to college. My mother was very adamant about making our own choice and choosing our own path. It was just about deciding what you want to do in your life with your life. College was just one of the options you could take. College to me was something that I've always wanted to do because I've always wanted to get a further education, and I really did enjoy learning.
I did feel like I had to go to college, not only because that's what my family expected of me, but it was just for myself. I always knew that I wanted to extend my education. I always knew that I wanted to go to college and get a career and become a doctor. But then again, a lot of that was influenced by my family because I had a lot of pressure on me because I am the first person to go to college. But this is not just for them, it's for me as well. That's just a life goal for me.
I know I wasn't being forced to, but I felt like my life would be a whole lot easier if I did and had some background and something.
I don't feel like I had to go to college. I feel like it was something that I wanted to do, and I just feel like because I wanted to do it, I did it.
Yes, I did feel like I had to go to college because it was just kind of pushed on at school and like in society that to make good money, you have to go to college. And also because I was like, everybody around me was going to college, I guess, and like I kind of wanted to feel cool and like go to college and like have that experience too.
Yes, I feel like the pressure that is placed upon high school seniors urges them to attend college or some type of school after they graduate.
Yes, I felt that I had to go to college because I encouraged my children to go to college. So I wanted to lead by example and at least go and do something. I did go to a college where I just received a certificate, but I felt that wasn't enough. So I went to a college and I received my associate's degree, and I do want to return back to go get my bachelor's.
I was definitely raised by higher educators and it's been in my family, and I would never have thought of not going to college.
The next question was about the college pressure that is put on to students as juniors and seniors in high school and how they reacted to that, and how that made them feel like they had to go to college more and do better in school so that they can be able to get into the college that they want.
So I took the ACT, but I took it as a senior because I put it off till last minute. Mm-hmm. Because you could get into Nebraska with just being like your class ranking. So I got in because of that. And college, like the process of getting in, was just really intimidating because I didn't know anything about it. But because I'm a first generation, my parents didn't attend college.
That's kind of hard because in high school, a lot of stuff happened at home, and I didn't really get like focused on college. At first, I was just like, I'm just gonna go do a 9-month program and get a certificate in medical assistant, and that's all I was gonna do. And then at the spur of the moment, I got accepted to University of Nebraska, so I was like, obviously, I'm gonna do that instead. So I wasn't really focused on college too much. I just knew how to get grades to pass and graduate. So, well, throughout my high school experience, it's always been like pressure on me because my family like lifted me up as like the golden child. I was the one that's gonna get out of here. So it was always hard, but junior year hit me the most. I was like stressed out the most because it was like SATs, ACTs, get them grades. So yeah, that was the most stressful year.
So was senior year a bit like easier? You didn't worry too much, or were you still thinking about like college is coming? I gotta do a lot.
Well, for my senior year, I took dual enrollment classes and a lot of honors classes, so I wouldn't have to take those classes in college. So it was still stressful. I would say it was more stressful than my junior year because I was taking college classes, so it was harder, but it was worth it because I don't have to take those classes now.
What were you most worried about making the transition from high school to the college life?
Failing. Definitely failing. I'm actually still like really scared about that just because, like I said, this is my Ivy, and although the support is real, it is still encouraging to be around people that look like me. I'm still very, very afraid of legitimately falling on my face and failing and not being able to actually complete what I've come here to do. But this is just the first few weeks. I'm trying to give myself some more time to do well, but definitely just like flunking out of my major.
It was really a lot of like a roommate. I was scared to share my space with another person. I shared a room with my older sister for a long while, so I knew what it was like to share a room. But with a whole new person, not knowing who they were beforehand or how their characteristics, their demeanor, all that stuff, it really concerned me. Crisis averted because I don't have a roommate, so that's kind of nice.
I was most worried about getting lost and stuff on campus, but that's not a problem at all. Like, I'm not lost anywhere. I get around pretty fine. The campus is big, but it's not as big as Chicago. So,
Was it hard for you to find your place in college?
That's a good question. No, because I did communicate with a couple of people over the summer. We kind of made our groups. It was just because it's an HBCU, everybody was like so accepting of each other because we all know we all have something in common. We all come from similar backgrounds, so it's pretty easy to find my group and connect with people.
I still don't think I found a place. I don't really have a set group of friends. Sometimes I hang out with my roommates, but most of the part I'm by myself. So I don't know what my place is yet.
It wasn't hard for me to find classes, but for friends, it was a lot easier than I thought it would. It kind of just happened, I guess. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people at home told me it wouldn't be hard. They said I was very personable, so I got friends pretty quickly.
What was your experience like in college?
I loved it. I did not go to a big college. So I knew a lot of the people. My counselor, everybody was there to help me pick my classes, make sure I was doing everything correct, make sure all my finances was in order. It was just great. It was kind of difficult being older and working full time and having kids, but I enjoyed every minute of it.
It has been extremely fun. I've only been in college for a week, and every day it's been fun.
I've definitely learned a lot as a senior, so I've already gone through the 3 years, and just going to different classes, you think you know a lot, but each class just builds on the one before it, and I've learned an incredible amount.
So far, college has been great. Well, it's been good. I like my classes. I'm really here to learn, and I've been really enjoying my classes. Like, there's no classes I see being terrible. So, I'm having fun.
So far, it's been great. I love just communicating with people. Some people are nice, some people are mean. You know, they say hi, but it's good. I would just recommend everybody just like get to know everybody and just say hi because that's how people get to know you and that's how you get like a good reputation.
How is living in college or going to college different than when you were back at home?
Well, first off, it's super hot down here. Very humid in New Orleans. That's one of the big differences. But also, I kind of I gotta get used to like the rural setting. Like it's really not. It's a city, but New Orleans isn't as a big city as Chicago. Like their downtown is like nothing like Chicago. There's like nothing readily available around you in walking distance. Say in Chicago, you can walk down the street to go to the store to get snacks or go to a random restaurant down the street from your house. But here, you have to Uber everywhere. There's really no sidewalks. There's no bus system. There's it's really kind of different from Chicago, kind of a lot of different. But it's just something I have to get used to. That's what I really miss about home is how everything was so accessible.
Well, it's different because it's like let's just start with the bathrooms. The bathrooms are different because I'm a clean freak. Like if I see the floor dirty or something, I clean it right away. But it's like here you can't do that because you don't know if girls are allergic to something or you just can't do that. And it's just I'm used to walking around the house with just socks or no shoes, but you can't do that here. There's so many germs and you don't know. It's just you have to be considerate of other people when you play your music. It's just you have to be considerate whether at home or you can just do you.
Yeah.
My experiences are much different here than at home. I have a lot of freedom. I'm very independent. Yeah, that's basically it. I'm not really doing much different other than like having to walk everywhere and take the bus and stuff.
You have a lot more freedom and independence, which is great. And you have to make all your own choices and do everything for yourself. And you don't have anyone there to help you through anything. So you have to do it on your own.
So I interviewed people of different levels in college and even a senior in high school. So some people that I interviewed are taking online classes or took online classes. They go to community college or went to community college, go to a university, and then to divide university up, some of them go to HBCUs and then some of them go to PWIs. So I wanted to get the different perspectives and ask them why they chose the college that they chose.
I wanted to go far from home. Nebraska was just always like a number one to me.
I would like to attend a 4-year university.
Do you have any specific, would you rather go to a specific college like a PWI, HBCU, or does it not really matter?
Well, I would like to attend a HBCU, but I'm not completely sure about that. I know that HBCU, I'll be surrounded by people that look like me, which is kind of a bonus because I won't be around something that I'm not used to. But also, PWIs, I just feel like I don't know if I would be comfortable in that situation, but I'm still figuring that out now.
So I previously went to a college in Worcester, Massachusetts, and I really enjoyed meeting people and things. However, when it came to my classes, I really didn't focus, and I really didn't feel like I had a one-on-one connection with the teacher. It was also hard for me to work with my teaching style when it came to a teacher teaching an entire class. So taking the online classes assisted me in going about it at my own pace, being able to study how I would like to study the information and content that I was provided. So I think that's why. And then community college is just, I was really adamant about going to out of state for school, and I just kind of stuck with that.
I didn't want to go to HBCU because I don't really want to go to any of the regions that they're located. Like I don't want to go down south or the East Coast. It's just too far away, and I don't really like the South. I also didn't want to go because I don't like how black students are treated. And I've been to predominantly black schools until I was 14. And we aren't treated like students for the most part in black spaces. We're treated like prisoners, or like, I feel like everybody waiting for us to mess up. So I don't really like the environment that black schools have. And they also seem very unorganized. Like, people are still complaining about housing, and they started school way before us. They said, like, all of that should be settled already. So HBCUs aren't really my thing. And I also don't want the political environment that it comes with. I feel like a lot of the people that go to HBCUs aren't the most progressive, or they're a bit too progressive isn't a good thing to say, but I will say just too political all the time. Like, that's not my thing. I don't want to be around that all the time. Like, at least with the PWI, people are uncomfortable to talk about it. That's not really a good thing, but it's not overwhelming. HBCUs was just overwhelming, and I didn't want to go to community college because I wanted, like, not the real college experience, but just I don't want to live in a dorm or on a campus, and I didn't want to stay in Chicago for college. That's just not a good college city. It's not a good place to explore or walk around a lot. It's just not a college town.
I don't think I was ready to leave my mom because it's only us two. My mom is very ill, and I stay home to take care of her. Also, because I felt like I didn't need to leave Chicago in order to get the education that I needed to be successful.
Well, the main reason was because this school was giving me the most money. I did apply to 3 HBCUs, and they did accept me, but they weren't giving me as much money. And being that far and not having enough money, I didn't know how I was going to handle it, especially not having family out there.
Mm-hmm. I chose the HBCU because I always wanted to go to one. I've seen a lot of footage on TV of like the marching bands and the majorette dance and the endless activities. It just seems so fun. And I always knew that I wanted to go to a historically black college. I wanted to get that experience that you can get really from no other kind of college. You can get close to it, but not the entire HBCU experience.
So I asked some people that had already graduated or had been in school a bit longer than someone like me who was a freshman to see some of the struggles that they dealt with as a college student.
Being broke. Definitely being broke. Trying to kind of find like myself and like who I am, despite of like the impact of my parents, like the influence of my parents, like trying to figure out like who really am I now that I'm just like able to make all these decisions on my own. What kind of decisions do I want to make? Mm-hmm. And then just the like the course flow kind of balance school, and I was working. I worked all full time during school and like having a social life and stuff. So
I advise every young person to go straight to college because as you get older, the work seems harder. You forget a lot of things that you learned in high school, and it's just trying to remember everything all over again. So some of the work was a little difficult, but I passed and I graduated. I got a degree.
What, if anything, would stop you from continuing your college career?
I just have to say that there is nothing that can stop me from continuing my college career. Because if you're passionate about learning and getting a further education through college, then you'll keep going. But if I have to pick one thing that would stop me, it definitely will be finances, due to the fact that in our current generation and economics and stuff, economics in our generation and everything like that, it's just hard. Like, once you finish with college, it's just a very competitive field, and the money you spend won't add up to the money that you'll make to cover that, and then so you can go on to live kind of a full life where you can able to do things you want to do, as well as assist in causes and things that you would like to donate to or work with.
Money, definitely. Just because it costs so much, and I mean, they say scholarship money is out there, and I'm going to keep applying while I'm here. But legitimately, though, the cost of college is just crazy. And even though, like, I busted my butt in high school, like, it obviously wasn't enough. So I need to find a way to get scholarship money. And if that doesn't work out, then that may or may not stop me. But that's pretty much the only thing, because when I really want my degree, so I'll find a way to get it. But money would possibly be the only thing that would possibly, like, change the course of it.
I don't really think anything would stop me, but if it would probably be the money, like I said before, because college is expensive.
Something that would stop me from continuing with college, I don't know. Maybe if like I really just couldn't pay anymore, which I don't see happening anytime soon. That's pretty much it. I would say if I got pregnant or something, that I would stop going to school, but I also don't see that happening because I could like get an apartment or something. Even if I couldn't go to MSU anymore, I would still go to school somehow.
I feel like if anything would stop me would be like financial reasons. Other than that, I would be good.
So do you have? Go ahead.
I'm not really worried about finances because I think I'm pretty good. But if anything was to stop my education, it would be financial reasons.
Nothing. Unless I'm dead.
Probably money and like the cost of coming to a school out of state. Other than that, if I fail a class, maybe I'll transfer back or I don't know. It kind of just depends on what happens. I'm one of those people that just plays things by ear.
I don't think there's anything that's keeping me from attending college, but I do think that there are some things that kind of hinder, like financial aid, basically. Yeah.
Well, I'm always the type, like, now I still apply for scholarships. There's just so much weight on my shoulders because my family's like, you're going to be first generation, you're going to break the generational curse, and you're going to make it. So I feel like even if it's just $2 here and there that my family can send, I feel like I can survive off of that because I just grew up off of that poor base. So I can make top ramen last, like, a week, you know, just, like, the poor strategies. So I think nothing right now can stop me from wanting to focus on my dreams and stuff.
Okay,
like that.
that's amazing. I want to try to do the same. But something about me is just like I don't have any loans taken out yet, but I just worry about like not having enough money for the next year or something. So even though that time is like 2 semesters away, I need to like relax because then I start like not being focused on my work, and we already have so much homework.
Yeah, we do.
That's another thing about college. It's like way more than high school, but it's like the same.
Yeah.
So
my parents always taught me to live in the moment. Like if you think ahead so much, you're gonna get stressed out. So you just like right now, what I do is I just focus on this semester and what I gotta do. So I'm filling out scholarships and stuff, thinking like having it in the back of my mind about next semester. But I'm just really focusing on this semester and getting this stuff paid and getting this work done, and then that's how I live my day by day basis.
Okay,
definitely how to pay for it.
So did you have to see money as a priority in that way then?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you take out any loans?
I did.
And how did that process work out for you?
It's been really crazy because my parents don't really understand like the student loan process or like how to apply for them. So we did a lot of calling to the financial aid office.
It's really weird that we have to go into debt basically to find a job that we will be able to make enough money to basically pay for all the debt for the school that we went into.
Yeah.
But yeah, so did you like apply to a lot of scholarships or?
I didn't because my counselor was the one who like showed us what scholarships we were eligible for and stuff, and it was her first time with seniors, and she didn't know anything about out of state. So the only things I really applied for was like I just did the FAFSA. I didn't really apply for any extra scholarships or anything.
I don't think you need a degree in order to be successful because I know many successful people without degrees. So I just think college is the next level to be in a profession rather than just being successful but not looked up upon. I don't know.
Do you have any advice for people who want to go to college but don't really know how to get it started, or who college might not be for but they still want to like try to live out their dreams?
Some advice is just make sure you take the PSAT seriously so you know where you are and what you need to work on. I want to say so much, continue to keep studying, because right now you just don't know exactly what you're studying for, but just make sure you take the PSAT seriously so you know what you do need to work on when the real test comes.
Okay.
You may have been able to kind of coast through the end of high school, but in college there is definitely you need to be more self-supportive, because your lecture halls are 200 people, and your teachers are going to have multiple classes of that, so they can't, yes, they are willing to help you, but they can't be focused just on you. And they probably won't. You'd have to keep texting them, emailing them, whatever, about anything that you need to get done.
Yes, I would say, even if you go with the mindset of wanting to do one thing and then have to change your heart later, that's okay. And to always make sure you have a goal to finish.
I would say make sure it's really something that you would want to do, and don't just do it because you feel like you have to get out of your parents' house, because you're going to be in class. You're just going to make yourself miserable for doing something that you don't want to do.
Advice I would give to seniors. I don't know, just make sure you're choosing a college that's right for you. Like, don't go to the school just because your friends are going there, or don't choose a college just because it's far away from your parents or something. Like, choose a school that's good for you.
The advice that I have for seniors and anybody that's thinking about going to college is don't let media control what you do. If you want to go to college, go to college. If you don't want to go to college and you want to experience stuff, forge your own path, go ahead and do it. If you're going to go to college, make as many friends as possible. Those are the people that's really going to help push you through. Talk. You're paying for this school. You're paying for this education. Talk, ask questions, be bold. Don't take a back seat. If you're experiencing difficulty in a class, talk to a professor, talk to an advisor, talk to somebody. It's very important. It's not like high school. It's not like work. You really have to communicate, and you have to do what's best for you. If you need to drop a class, feel comfortable enough to drop a class. Don't take a class and keep going, because at the end of the day, that's going to set you back. Take classes that also interest you. Don't take classes because your friends are in it. Don't take classes because it has this new requirement. Don't take classes because it's only 1 hour as opposed to 4 hours. Take classes that interest you so you can take something out of it. Like I said, experience is way more important. Like, college is great for the education, but the experience you get from it and the people you meet from it is way more important. So make sure you're going for the right reason.
For one, I would say relax. I didn't really hear this too much last year when I was coming out of high school. I had the monkey mind going, that's what I call it. I would always worry about the next thing or the next day or getting closer and closer to that graduation. But to you, I would say relax, please. People fail to realize that everything happens in perfect timing. I know it's cliche, but it's really true. Everything that you worry about, you really didn't have to waste so much energy on. You really could just chill and understand that these things fall into place wherever. Like, the universe is working that out for you all the time, every day. You don't really have to worry so much. Like, it's only so much you can do anyway. So sometimes you just gotta handle what you can and move forward like that. Two, I would say expose yourself to different things. You hear this a lot from people, but definitely I would say step out of your comfort zone for sure. Like, try out a bunch of different things that you probably never thought you were even good at, whether that's clubs or hanging out with a different group of people, or just introducing yourself to some sort of stranger, or just, just something new, something out of your routine. Humans are definitely slave to routines, and that can really diminish progress if we allow ourselves to stay in that sort of place. Definitely, if you're about to go off to college for sure, definitely start to expose yourself to new things, because you're about to run into a whirlwind of new things and new possibilities, new people, things you probably never even thought you liked, people you probably would have never even thought you liked. But last for this would be to have fun, for sure. I definitely didn't allow myself to have as much fun as I would have liked because I was so stressed. This kind of ties into the first one with relax, but have fun. Learn to laugh at yourself. Genuinely laugh at yourself. Like, most of the things that happen in life to us could really just be something we could laugh at with friends, or just laugh at with yourself. You don't have to take everything so personally and so hard. Like, so what, you fell down the stairs in front of everybody today. It doesn't have to be this big thing where you blow it up. Like, just laugh at yourself. Learn to know that you're human, you make mistakes, you're not going to be perfect at all.
I would say the main thing is fill out scholarships as many as you can, because there's so much free money out there and people don't accept it. Like, my counselor told me this story. She was like, this boy applied for a scholarship that was for pregnant women, but he got it because nobody accepted it or like applied for it, and so he got $20,000, and he ain't even pregnant.
Yeah.
So you just fill out scholarships and you'll get that money. Okay. I didn't think it was true until I got like 3 scholarships, and I was like, wow,
yeah,
free money.
I was kind of lazy on the scholarship process. I just filled out whatever was there.
Yeah.
And kind of just like, I'll get what I get.
Yeah.
But I definitely think for future semesters, I'm going to be more onto that because it's, I mean, hey, free money.
Right.
So.
And it's like the essays too, like most of the topics, they're not super different. So you can just change it around a little bit and submit it. And then I did that for the same 3 essays. And then, yeah.
Okay.
I would say go to a 2-year college to get your associates and then transfer to a university 1,000%. Only because it's cheaper, for one. And just in case you're not ready for that big university experience, you can get your feet wet at a college.
My best advice is just to, we're not going to know what's going to happen tomorrow or the day after that. Just keep plugging away, doing you. Focus on the now. Don't be too caught up in what happened yesterday or what's going to happen tomorrow. Focus on the present, because that's what matters more than what's going to happen tomorrow or yesterday.
To do everything as soon as you can and not put it off to the last minute.
My advice to seniors is to always do your work. And I'm not going to say what everybody else say, like always study stuff. I'm just going to tell you, like, the choice is yours. When you graduate, if you want to go to college, you could. If you don't, because I personally wouldn't want someone to go through college and be miserable because that's what everybody wants to see them do. I mean, you can find other ways to be successful in life. So do what you want to do and not what other people want you to do.
I would say once you get to college, use all your resources and talk to teachers and go to the math resource centers and writing centers and just ask for help. And I can't think of anything else.
Okay.
Well, I would definitely say for seniors, if you're listening, start on your applications now. Start now, like absolutely right now, because it's all just gonna come down on you. You're gonna be very stressed. I would also recommend you search for scholarships. That's a really big thing because you never know what's gonna happen. You never know if you're gonna have the financial means to afford college, and you don't want to take out a bunch of loans. So I would definitely suggest finding scholarships. Another thing is go where you feel comfortable. Don't get influenced by your friends. Just because your friends going there, you don't have to go there. Don't go there because that's where your family wants you to go, where your mom wants you to go. Just go somewhere where you feel comfortable. I definitely recommend you all visit the school before you go so you get the full experience and you'll make a final decision on this is where you want to spend the rest of your 40 years. This is what's going to jumpstart your career. I would definitely recommend that.
I would say choose a college that you want to. Don't be like pushed to go to an institution because like your family went there or because your parents like want you there. And I would say always go to the school first before you just decide to go there. Like just see how you feel when you're in the area and you're there. And then I honestly would suggest that people go to, if you are going to go to a college or a university, that you go somewhere away from home. Like, don't stay home. Don't stay close to home. Like, I would say at least 2 to 4 hours away, just so you can find yourself, your voice, kind of build, like, some of those adult skills that you're going to need in the rest of your life.
Do you have any last words to anyone who is listening?
I think everybody needs to experience college, whether it's on or off campus. It's just another part of life. It's fun, get to know yourself, and then go down the line of having a family and all that stuff. Enjoy college.
If college isn't for you, just follow your bliss. Definitely follow your bliss. Obviously, there will be a lot more obstacles you'll probably have to go through, and a lot more loops to flow through, but you can really still take those same 3 points that I gave to seniors that's going to graduate and go off to college that feel like they're going to go and do that. But follow your bliss. It's most of the time people already know what it is that they have to say, have to do, or want to say. They just have so many limitations, blocks, and fears that they put on themselves. The answer that you seek is inside of the cave that you're afraid to go inside of. I can't remember who said that quote, but it's definitely not for me. I wish it was, but it's not. But that's something I keep in my head. Like most of the times when we ask questions or advice, we're really seeking validation. And when we do that, it can jade us. And when we listen to other people, we don't realize that that's the reality that they live in. So when they give you advice or they tell you which way to go, they're perceiving what you're telling them through the reality that they live in. So it's really important to, it's important to take advice from other people because, they have this experience and they may even be on the same path that you're trying to go down. But at the end of the day, you have to sit with yourself, ask yourself, and pick yourself up to do the thing that you want to do. So for people that want to pursue your dreams, I definitely want to. There's a part of me that wants to go to college and stay in college, but there's definitely a part of me that wants to go and pursue my dreams. So I'm being torn by that, but I would definitely say follow your bliss and just be fearless, be courageous. I can't say be fearless because everybody has fears. It's more about bravery and being courageous.
So thanks for joining me. You're my first guest on my podcast. Is there any last words that you would like to say to the people?
Just stay positive and push through. And if money is a problem, my mom, we didn't have a lot of money. She didn't have a job my whole senior year, and somehow I managed to get here with a whole bunch of money taken out for my tuition. So you can do it. So basically.
So yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't give up, guys. Yeah. Thanks for coming, Anaya.
Thank you.
Hey guys, so I wanted to say this. I should have, mentioned it in the beginning, but I did want to say that these are just opinions. Everyone has their own beliefs and, reasoning behind why or why not they choose to continue their education. And so my personal views, I don't believe that college is for everyone. If you want to go to college, then that's totally fine. I do believe that, for example, if you have a career such as mine where it's like actual professional, like a doctor or something, definitely you have to go to college. Like there's no way around it, because why would anyone want someone trying to like fix or figure out what's happening with someone or something, and they haven't been taught how to correctly do so. And of course, every day doctors are learning even more, but I think that there are certain careers where you need to go to college. my experience so far with college I've been in college for about, let's see, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So I've been in college for 10 days now. And it's actually quite different than I expected. I just felt like it's kind of fast paced, but I just felt like I wasn't going to be ready for it. But I've been preparing my whole life, and I should have known that, you know, this was supposed to happen right now. So, just ride with the waves a bit. But I have been really liking my classes. It's not difficult to get around campus or anything, but I'm just not used to like the weather and stuff out here. And I mean, although Chicago does have like weather that's like up and down and left and right and everything, but I don't know. Maybe if I was just home, I would just be. It's just different because I'm not from here. But I do attend the University of Nebraska Lincoln. I'm a freshman and I'm an animal science major on the pre-veterinary medicine route. I don't know. I like college so far, but of course, yeah, like I said, I've only been here for a week. Um, if you guys have any opinions, or if you're about to start college, you just started college, make sure you leave, your thoughts in the comments so we can have a little discussion. But I did want to mention this one thing, because before I had come up with a topic for episode 2, I was riding in the car one day, and this thought has like crossed my mind for a really long time, because my mom used to say this a lot of times, because when we're driving in the car and someone tries to like get in front of her, and then they end up at a stoplight, and she's like, you're rushing to what you rushing to, and so I was like, yeah, people always are rushing to slow down, people are always rushing to do this, whatever, and that kind of got me thinking about like the transition from high school to college. Like, people are always so ready to, get out of college and, be an adult and do all that stuff. And this is for the people who do want to go to college, but a lot of people start slacking when they get to college, because they're like, well, I'm an adult, so I can kind of do whatever I want, and that, I think that's I don't know, I don't think there's like a right and a wrong, but I wouldn't necessarily look at it like that, because if you have a goal and you want to reach it, keep pushing to, make sure that you get that goal, because a lot of people are like, okay, I got my high school diploma, like I don't really have to do anything, I don't have to go to college, so if I do take these courses and I fail, it's just like, so what? Because I could take it again. I can take out student loans. I can do this. I can do that. But it's like, why keep starting something and not finishing it? Like, why are you trying to get to this point if you're not going to, like, go there, actually? Like, I don't know. But it just brought up a question that was discussed in episode 1. If you guys have not listened to episode 1 of my podcast, make sure you check it out. It is on YouTube and SoundCloud, and it's titled Not Your Average Girl, and it's about changing things, like growing up and figuring out who you are and what you're supposed to do in life. But the question that I was thinking about when I was talking about people rushing to stop or rushing to slow down in life is, what is it that's keeping you from doing what you want? What is it that's keeping you from being happy and stuff like that? Because clearly, if you feel like you're stuck or your life is just, everything is slow paced, there must be something in your way, and you have to find that thing that, is keeping you from reaching that goal and reaching your highest potential. But everybody is different, so everyone goes at a different pace, and I don't think it's anybody's right to tell someone, you know, that their time has passed or they're not ready yet to do something. Like all the time I see 80-year-olds, you know, getting their college some type of college degree, and that's a bit weird to me because it's like, what are you gonna do now? Like, you're 80 years old. What are you gonna, like, try to get a job or something? But maybe it's not the fact that they can, you know, be a doctor or be whatever they wanted to be, whatever, you know, they were studying in college. But maybe it's just the satisfaction. Maybe it's just the, like, yeah, I did that. That's something that I was able to complete. I got a degree in college and I was able to, you know, take the classes and put time aside to actually study and focus on this what is it? I don't know. But I can focus on this thing that I'm really interested in. And, you know, I finally made it. Even though I am 80 years old, you know, that's something that I can cross off my list and say I did. And I congratulate them for that. But yeah, so if college is something that you're kind of unsure about, you know, whether you can be any age, because basically my entire life people have been throwing the word college down my throat and saying what I need to do in order to be successful. But yeah, if you guys think that college is something that you're interested in, definitely go out and use your resources, because even if you already are in college and you feel like you're struggling, there are so many resources around you and you might not even know about them. Like at my school, for example, we have, you know, like math tutors or writing tutors and stuff like that, and you can talk to these people, or even like counselors and stuff like that, even if it's like a more mental situation going on and that's what's keeping you from focusing on your studies. So definitely go out and try to reach out to people, because yes, we can do a lot of things on our own, but we can do even more together. So I feel like if you take that initiative to, you know, ask for help or to look for more opportunities, then I think more opportunities will start coming your way and things will align. So yeah, thank you guys so much for listening to this podcast. I'm so excited that I started this, because I've been wanting to do this for a while, and I've been talking about, I used to talk to my grandma about this, but I'm glad that I finally got it situated, and I'm glad that you guys are liking it. Definitely a lot more coming your way. If you do have any topics that you would specifically like to be mentioned in a podcast, definitely leave that in the comments down below. Make sure you like this video and all that jazz. Yeah, and have a nice day, guys. Thanks for listening. I would also like to thank each and every person who took their time to interview with me and answer these questions, because that was really important to me, and I appreciate each and every one of you guys. And I also appreciate all the people who are listening right now to my voice. You guys are amazing, and all of the people who were included in this video will be listed in the description below. If you hear a name that you recognize, make sure you comment down below. And yeah, I'll see you guys in my next episode. Bye. Thanks for listening. This is Shanice Ward signing out for Shannis Speaks. Later, lovers.